It is Justice League movie review time, baby. Yeah! Yeah! Justice League is finally here, and you know what that means. Bring on the fun discussions. Bring on the fan discussions talking about Justice League, DC Comics, Marvel Comics, so everybody can have fun in the discussion below and not perpetuate a very toxic environment. That's reality, right? No? Oh, shit.
Holy shit, the League is together. This is amazing. We've waited years to see some of our favorite heroes on the screen together, working together, and it just never ever felt like that was happening. There was never even any hero shots. There was shots where they were all in frame together, but there was never any part where the music or anything managed to lift and make me feel anything about the movie at all.
So, I saw Justice League. I actually liked it. I was pleasantly surprised. I'm just kidding. It feels almost pointless to talk about Justice League at this point because everyone just seems really exhausted with all the DC movies. But
I for one, loved this film. I thought it was so bad that it was great.
Justice League is a mess when it comes to its story. Its story is a mess. It's all over the place.
Well, I can say this. It's definitely a lot more consistent than I thought it would be for a film that is kind of directed by two people.
It feels like a film that has been through so many different people's hands. It feels like there's a whole hour cut away from the plot.
This movie was supposed to be something like 2 hours, 45 minutes, and it was recently sliced down to be 2 hours, or I think it was the mandate was less than 2 hours. So it clocks in at like an hour, 59 minutes.
It's 2 hours and 1 minute, and that's including credits. This is due to a mandate that was sent out by Warner Brothers, forcing the filmmakers to not make a film over 2 hours.
It does feel like a movie where there's a good like hour and 45 minutes missing.
Oh, yeah.
Where there's just like, they just like chop this down.
Well, that was I think a studio mandate, keep it under 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because Batman v Superman was just so like bloated and ugly and
Everything is crammed in and thrown together so quick. We know that this film is more like, it was like 2 hours 40 initially when Zack had finished shooting it, and now this cut in cinemas is about an hour 50 or 2 hours.
It is incredibly too short. It is an hour and 59 minutes. It felt like an hour and 20 minutes. It felt like an animated Justice League movie.
There's even one scene where it's just like, it's done now. You're like, oh, okay, something's missing, isn't there?
The story is a mess. It's not good.
There are cool moments for sure, but they come in spurts rather than any grand confrontation or coordinated and refined sequence. It's much more like flipping through a comic without reading it in that sense. The initial confrontation with Steppenwolf is rather boring, as he simply spouts the same kind of mindless bad guy drivel that we've heard in countless movies before, and
like a CGI reject from a Lord of the Rings movie from 15 years ago.
I mean, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Because he's basically a big CGI monster in this movie, and you never really feel as if he is a presence or something really to fear.
The stakes never feel that high because the villain never feels like a genuine threat.
I mean, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Ironically, he feels like a cartoon villain.
The villain, Steppenwolf, trash. He is a mess in itself. And he's a mess in itself, I believe, is tied to because of the story that is chopped down and is a mess itself. So I tie Steppenwolf being whack to the story being whack.
There's some nuggets in here, and it was just terrible enough to where I think I liked it.
We've been doing superhero movies for years. I feel like this should be something that should just be easy by now to just get it right, to just make it more than just even standard. These movies should all just be great.
I really can't get over how these movies wreck Superman again and again. I already complained at length about how inhuman and creepy he was in Batman v Superman, and this movie honestly makes it worse. Like
I don't want to take these characters seriously. I don't want moody. I want terrible. That's why
the CGI is terrible. It's trash. The CGI and the green screen are equally bad in this film.
So bad that it was great.
You might enjoy a couple scenes here and there, but this is a very broken film, and just be prepared for that.
I judge movies on whether or not I'm miserable.
Yeah! Yeah!
Jesus Christ.